evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder adventures. It's time for the Fort in Peril. This is a fairly straightforward scenario. There's one wacky scenario in this adventure, and that's the one that's coming up next. But this scenario, I actually kind of forget all the details. We'll see in a moment. So it's hard to get allies. And then we got this guy. Pretty tough guy. So he deals damage to everybody but you when you fight him. There's 2 combat checks. They're both pretty big, so spellcasters and Linny can have a really hard time here. If you're a human, he's even harder to kill. So this affects actually quite a few people in my party. I believe Amiri and Sela and Ezrin are all human, and then everyone else is not. So Mariziel is a elf, Linny is a gnome, and then Harsk is a dwarf, of course. There are other humans I could have had, so I could have had, like, Seoni as a human, and Valeros as a human, and Sejan as a human. There's a lot of humans in the game, because humans are the most popular things. And then he deals combat damage again if you fail to defeat him, so really, you do not want to bump into that guy if you're unprepared. So, she is a pretty standard henchman. Basically, you can bury a card from your random discard pile if she deals damage to you, and she does deal damage to you at the beginning of the fight. She deals damage to a random character at the location, but if you're the only one in your location, then it'll be to you. So in this scenario, because of her, it's not a bad idea to maybe keep around like an amulet of life in your hand, hang on to your armor, that sort of a thing, so you can avoid being totally screwed over by her. Then we have another sort of a villain-esque henchman. This is the first adventure, Deck 3, where the henchmen start to look like former scenarios villains. And this is a tough one. Dexterity or Acrobatics 10 or get dealt 1d4 character electricity damage, and it's each character. This is really pretty much like this would have been like one of the hardest villains in Deck 2, I think, if this were around. So it's a tough one. Yeah, not much to say, but another good reason to hang on to your damage reduction stuff. And this guy's deceptive. It's a 10, but this is charisma diplomacy. So definitely hang on to your potions of glibness, your crowns of charisma, hide your kids, hide your wife, etc. So it is harder if you're alone, which you're probably going to be. And then the good news is if you fail this check, he doesn't deal regular damage. He deals a d4 plus 1, and then you banish him. Now that's actually kind of bad, because if you don't defeat him, instead of getting shuffled back into the deck, he's banished, and then you don't get to close the location, and then you never get the chance to fight him again. So it's a tough guy. This is a tough scenario, just like numerically. We got a lot of tough henchmen and a tough villain to deal with. And then this is just like a, fairly standard high combat check sort of henchman dude. As for the locations, I think there's only one new one here yet. Fort Rannoch. So you can discard allies to add a d4 to combat checks. It's not really that great. But strength 8 check, it's a pretty hard closing requirement, so here we're going to want to use Sela or Amiri. And I think Sela is the lady for the job here, because she doesn't want to see too many monsters, and there's only 2 in the deck, and she can make that strength 8 check. And I'm going to put Amiri, I think, in the mountain peak. Start chugging along through that place. We have the Warrens, Bitchville, but I'm not going to start anybody there. There's the garrison. That'll be like the second place for either Sela or Amiri once they're done with their other stuff. So the question is, where does everybody else go? I think maybe Mariziel will go to the guard tower. You might say, well, Boris, why where it's a strength 5 check? She can dodge those bandit henchmen, and I don't mind playing a blessing to get that check, get that place to close. I mean, I guess I'll move to the prison if I draw my crown of charisma before I finish closing the guard tower. Then again, do I really want her there? She wants to fight. She's not good at constitution or fortitude checks. Maybe I'll put her at the garrison. Yeah, there we go. I'll put her at the garrison. She wants to fight. She can make that closing check. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, Ezrin Pound, where are you going to go, buddy? I think Harsk is going to go here, even though he's not a big fan of fighting. He's the best for making that constitution or fortitude check. And then Ezrin can go here. Linny, jeez. Linny can make these survival 7 checks. I'm going to have her help Amiri close the mountain peak. Okay, I don't know if that's the right placement. It's tough. It's tough in these scenarios to figure out how you want everybody to be allocated. But, yeah, we'll see if... Because if I had the reverse luck of my last scenario, where everyone's at the bottom instead of the very top, this could be a very difficult one. Okay, she does not have any extra weapons. Scylla did start with a weapon, though, so that's good. And then Amiri can go to the mountain peak. Where's the mountain peak? Oh, I like that everything is in one place so I don't have to scroll around the map. Okay, so getting in here, and we find a dagger. Alright, that's not super duper exciting. Greebity beep. And, alright, I'll recharge one of my armors. Do I want to move? I wouldn't mind giving Linny a weapon. Because she only has that one inflict. But if I move, if I don't stay here, then I'm going to have to bury a card. Yeah, Linny will just defend her for herself. It's fine. So we're going to go ahead and, I actually have to think about this. So I can go to the Warrens and pull Sela over and do my thing where I scout the Warrens. Or I can pull Linny over to where I am so that I can give her my weapon. No, because Linny's going to go back to the thing. Oh, right. Okay, so we're going to go to the Warrens. We're going to do our standard remote Warrens scouting strategy. Hopefully get through some stuff. Let's recharge an armor. I'm going to keep the other armor, though, just because of the plethora of auto damage effects in this scenario. Hey, the henchmen's aren't on top. Okay, well, Sela's not the person to fight him because Sela does not want to make dexterity checks. So back to Fort Rannoch with you. And we'll probably send Mariziel over there on a later turn. Mariziel can't go there now because Amiri's there, cock-blocking her sneak attacks. But in a future turn, and I just hope I don't find the villain until then. Half plates. Yep, it's not that great at this juncture. Standard bearer can help with that strength check I need to make, but what I'm going to be rolling a d8 plus a d6 plus 4. Yeah, we're just going to explore. I need to explore. Ooh, Black Air Ranger. This is one of the best cards. Wait, the difficulty... Oh, allies are easier to acquire. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Yeah, this guy's really great. A d6 plus 1 to ranged, dexterity, or perception checks is fucking amazing. So yeah, I definitely want to make sure I pick this thing up, because that is good as hell. And I can roll a 4 with those 2 dice, I hope. If not, then so be it. But this is like one of the fan favorite allies of the game for sure. I am probably not going to be able to pass this off to Harsk, though, and she doesn't make any, range checks or anything, so we're just going to discard it to explore for now, but I'm very excited to pick that thing up. That's just a great, great find. Do I discard a Blessing of Calistria to explore again? I think I have to. I need to make some swift progress here. Oh, it's Brodert! Alright, I'm going to peel a card from the top, even... Because I have that feat now where I'm not going to lose my cure. And I want to get that extra exploration. It's like peeling a card from the top of my deck to get a free explore, and that's definitely good in this scenario. So let's get another explore, and there's a Krieg Ogre. Alright, well, I'm getting a little lucky. I'm not finding any of the really hard henchmen here. I think... Does Harsk need to fire a shot? Yeah, we'll fire a shot. He doesn't need all this stuff. So I need a 6 on those dice. Ezra, you got me something that I can use? Oh, wait, no, Sela's got something she can use. Yeah, Sela, why don't you help yourself? Yeah, there we go. That should be fine now. Okay. So now a strength 8 check. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Let's peel another card. And let's see. I need to roll 4 on these 2 dice. I think this is one of those times where I don't particularly want to risk it. Nobody has a strength spell, unfortunately, but I am going to just be a little bit overcautious and just play this blessing. I mean, I just don't want to fail this check, because that would have just been so annoying if I did. Okay, on closing, should we shuffle any allies in your discard pile to your character deck? Wow, any? I wish this location came up more often. As you can tell from the name, Fort Rannoch, it's kind of a location. It's just like a scenario special location. I'm pretty sure it doesn't appear in any other scenarios, but that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's recharge that. And the reason I recharged it is because I picked up the half plate over there, and since I have picked up the half plate, I can be pretty confident that I can use the half plate to block the damage, and I can recharge my magical armor. Alright, so Ezrin has augury. Well, what's the best place to augur? Not the Warren. This place has the most monsters. But then if I explore afterwards and find the henchman, I'm making a constitution check with the constitution of 4, which I'm not super jazzed about. Yeah, if I go here, I'm cock-blocking Mariziel, but I guess she can go to the prison for a turn. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm just going to go here. It's got 1 less monster than the dungeons, but I don't have that chance of sucking. Alright, well, we get rid of a goblin snake, which isn't that great. That was like an easy monster to kill anyhow. But, on the other hand, it is a free kill, so I'll take it pretty happily. This is a pretty dangerous time to be Ezrin because he doesn't have his Hedron medallion, which means that he could definitely get whomped if he finds one of those henchmen or, God forbid, the villain. But I'm not going to just sit here and do nothing. So Let's do this, and I have one more free explore, which is the haste. So let's use it. Hopefully not finding any damage-dealing henchmen or the villain. Good, 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 good. Alright, so getting a short sword out of the way, and then I'm pretty happy to pass the turn here. If that were actually regular chainmail and not rusted, I would have totally kept it, because then I could block any damage. But because the rusted chainmail doesn't have the bury to block all possible thing, I'm going to just discard it. It's just wasting space in my hand. Okay, so Mariziel will spend a turn at the prison, even though she doesn't yet have the Crown of Charisma. I mean, I guess she could go to the city gate. But no, the prison has more barriers and more monsters. It's the logical place to go. And what do we have here? Krieg Ogre. Crap! Alright, well, she's got a Troubadour, which will help with the Charisma check, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Let's recharge a dagger. Let's recharge... Well, let's discard... No, wait, hang on. Do I want to discard that? Because I just recharged away my dagger. That would seem to be a foolish choice. Let's recharge this. Harsk can fire an arrow. Boop. I need a 7 on those 5 dice. That's totally fine. Oh, guy, a little bit scared there when that D12 came up a 1. So now, does anybody have a blessing of charisma? Nope. Nope. And nope. Alright, well, which blessing do I want to use? She's got a blessing. She's got a cure, so I'll have Linny use up her blessings. Oh, wait, no. I'm going to have them both do it. It's a bit, I know, it's a bit aggressive because, you know, that's an extra exploration I'm throwing away. But I'm ahead enough that I don't mind throwing away an extra exploration just to make sure this place closes shut. Okay, so now Linny... Oh, she doesn't even need her animal to auto-succeed at that survival check. That's pretty cool. Let's go exploring. Battered chest. Alrighty. Well, I don't care about these items, so I'm just going to let it go. Wow. Alright, well, I guess I get all the items. Let's see if we get anything good. I think there's still a Masterwork tools that I could find. A Cloak of Elvenkind, not exactly what I was hoping for, so that's just pure garbage, so we'll get rid of it. I'm not even going to wait to activate it with Beast Mode, and then I guess next turn I can cure. Alright, Harsk starts his foray into the deeper dungeons. Finds a piece of junk. I will hang on to this, just because I can recharge it and use it as an arrow, so that's fine. And then we'll scout. Goblin Commando. I don't have damage blocking right now, so maybe Harsk will take a little vacation. Oh, there's the damage blocking. I mean, I guess it's not that great, because it's just going to get discarded. He can't recharge that thing. So maybe I should actually really have someone else go over there and take out that Commando. In fact, why don't I have Amiri do it? Yeah, that makes sense. So Amiri can just go over here. Oh, wait, no, Amiri's supposed to be in the mountain peak. Right. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Well, whatever. So we can recharge this armor. And then reveal this thing. And, yeah, with the reroll, I'm definitely fine here. And then hopefully Amiri finds another armor before it's too late. So Sila's in a closed location. I definitely want to go somewhere. Don't want to go to the mountain peak. That seems a bit... No. I'm going to just go to the garrison. And have her start that process. Wait, have I already scouted the top? No, it's the goblin snake at the bottom. Right. Alright, we get a free extra explore, which I'm very happy about. Hopefully this isn't the villain. Oh, God. Well, I don't know why he's asking me if I want to summon that, because I don't really have a choice. Oh, no! Oh, my God, I forget it! Oh, God, fuck. I forget all the time. I always forget about the garrison's thing about if you find somebody, everybody has to fight him. Well, this is bad. So everybody's losing 2 cards. Ezrin... and Amiri, and Sila. Oh my god, that was such a bad mistake. I just stone cold always forget about that stupid thing. We're losing a lot of resources here. This is an ugly situation. Fuck me. Okay, at least I can... Okay, thank god for invisibility. Holy shit. So by evading, I stopped the before combat and the after combat. So it's just Sila and Amiri who really suffer bad. So I guess really it's just one extra person suffering. So I guess it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. Wait, why am I not using my biggest weapon? So, you know what? I'm going to fire an arrow because, frankly, like, what if I do roll like a 1 and a 2? I just don't want to have to face the enchanter again. Okay, so we lose. Let's see, what's my worst weapon? The flaming mace is my worst one. Oh, that was sad. Okay, I don't want to keep exploring because I don't want everyone else to keep fighting, so let's just call it quits. And, okay, wow. Well, no, that's a henchman, so it wouldn't have been copied. It's actually really good that this happened, that I scouted this. Because now I can make sure I go in with someone who can make that Charisma 10 check, which is a pretty hard check to make for a party with no Charisma people. It needs to be someone who's got a Potion of Glibness or Merizial when she finds her Crown of Charisma. Okay, so anyway, Ezrin, why don't we go to the City Gate? I've got enough spells to do the Bandit Henchman. This is a really good weapon, because it does not require proficiency, so it would just be, like, better than this Quarterstaff for Ezrin, I think. Is it though? Because I can't discard it. But a discard is about as good as an extra d6, and it's a d8 plus 1 to start with. Yeah, that's definitely worth it. So we're going to actually do some crazy shit. I'm going to play a bunch of blessings to pick this thing up, or try to anyway. Nobody. Oh, sweet, we have a strength-based blessing. Nice. So yeah, this is very foolhardy play. Don't try this at home, kids. Like, really, don't try this at home, because I'm throwing away a lot of extra explorations to try to pick this thing up, and it might make me lose the scenario, but I think that I can win. Oh, and I get a free explore. Yeah, that's not worth all the blessings. Don't get me wrong. Oh my god, it's another one! Fuck! This is definitely good. This is really good for Amiri and for Sela. Alright, well, we're just gonna... You know what? I'm all in now, baby. I'm all in. We're just fucking going crazy here. So, this is a little bit of a loose one. It's only 4d6s to get a 10. Alright, so I picked it up. You know, that was stupid. This is... Oh, no, this is the City Gate. This is not the Garrison where I could have just, you know, gotten... I could have picked him up afterwards. Okay, so I gotta make this Dexterity 10 check. I don't have any more blessings, except for Shrine of Lamashtu. Can Ezra take this guy out by himself? Yeah, he can. It should be fine. 1d4 acid damage. Yeah, I don't want to take 1d4 electricity damage. I'm not a big fan of it. Well, let's see. I've got 3 cards, actually, that I don't really mind losing. So, yeah, that's fine. We'll just roll. If I don't get a 7, I don't get a 7. And then I'll just lose those 3 cards. Hopefully he doesn't roll a 4. I guess that's the little catch. And he rolled 3. Actually, well, I couldn't have used Toxic Cloud and my combat spells. So, yeah, these will go down into the watering hole. And so, either I get away with murder and, an arcane check. No, as nifty as that seems, I think I just want to combat this thing. Yeah, either I get away with murder and I picked up 2 really good weapons here, or I am like a total idiot. Alright, so what do I need? A 4 on those dice? That seems pretty safe. And now let's see what happens with Madame Frostray. Do I want expanded spellbook? Sure, I'll take another Frostray. And let's use that Frostray. And Harsk, man, Harsk is being really clutch here. I'm keeping, by the way, Harsk's Sahedron Medallion because of all these damage effects floating around. Hang on, let me do that backwards. I'm gonna recharge the... Whoops. I'm gonna recharge the Deathbane, and I'm gonna discard the crossbow for a d4 plus 1. And now I feel comfortable with this. Fan fiddly two-stick, as they say, where I'm from. And now we have to fight a bandit henchman. So it's actually good that the guy didn't roll a 4, because then I would have had to get rid of my combat spell right now. So I got a little bit lucky there. So let's recharge the Toxic Cloud. That Frost Ray actually is quite relevant now, I realize. 5 on those dice should be fine. It's a bit of a loose roll, but I don't have a choice because I've spent all my blessings picking up magical swords. Well, this is why you don't have the wizard go to the City Gate, I guess. So, alright, we managed to close a bunch of places. And it's only 21 turns. It's like the longest 9 turns of my life. I mean, we're doing quite well here. But a lot of blessings have been spent, and I don't really run that many cures in my party because I don't like having like multiple cures clogging up my hands. But because of this, it's going to be difficult for everybody to cure themselves. Okay, well, let's see. Father Xanthus. She's the person who, like, least needs healing. And she actually can't go to the frickin' Warrens now to fight that henchman because she doesn't have a goddamn weapon. Oh, my god. Alright, I guess we're going to spend a turn here and hope that another round goes by without anybody fighting the villain. Magic Full Plate. Yeah, it's cool. Recharge to reduce combat damage by 4, but this is definitely not something I care about. Oh, I picked it up anyway. Alright, sweet. Let's discard the Spyglass. Take a peek here. Alright, well this sounds like a job for Linny, because she can rock that wisdom check. I'm going to bury Father Xantus with a 50% chance of wasting the heal, because I just want to get him out of the way. And I'm going to keep the full plate. Right now she doesn't have any... You know what? No, I'm going to discard it. It'll get banished if she uses it. So I'm just going to get rid of it and hope to find a weapon. Okay, there. Got a Crown of Charisma, got a weapon. Alright, the problem right now is we're actually building up quite a lot of places where if we find the villain, shit's going to be bad. So right now there's a henchman here at the top of the garrison, and then there's a henchman there at the top of the warrens. So I'm not super jazzed about it because I mean there's not that much like stuff left. I have someone who can temp close the garrison at least, but the warrens I don't really want that getting shuffled. So I'm really tempted actually to have Linny go over and have her make the dexterity or acrobatics 6 check. Let's see, what's she going to be rolling for it? She's going to be rolling a what does she roll? She rolls like a d6 for dexterity plus the d4 plus 2, so she has to roll a 4 on those dice. Yeah, it's scary. But is it, you know, more or less scary than finding the villain? Granted, if she finds the villain, she can just Medusa Mask. But then we still have Harsk and Amiri and Sela and Ezran who will have to go before Mauricio can come over here and close off the warrens. Harsk maybe could go there, but he played his entire hand out. Alright, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take care of it right now. I do not want to end up having to go through the warrens. So we do end up having to put another monster on top of a location deck. Where does it go? It goes on top of the mountain peak. That's kind of annoying. But that's fine. So we'll do this. Kind of wish I had my holy light here. And we'll do that. So I need a 7 on these dice. Harsk will shoot his final arrow in the quiver. So now I just need a 6 on these 4 dice, which should be pretty safe. That was close. Okay, we recharge this. And for the check... Alright, let me think about this. Do I want these Thieves' Tools? Yeah, because there's still a bunch of barriers on the mountain peak. I think discarding Thieves' Tools is a bit foolhardy here. So we'll just do D6 and a D4. Oh, no, nobody has any blessings. Oh my god, nobody has a single one because of Ezran's greedy-ass turn. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go Beast Mode, and I'm going to discard the Thieves' Tools. Just to increase my chances a bit. If this fails, that would be very sad. Okay. Oh my god. My D4 saved me. I rolled a 3 on the D4 and a 1 on the 10. Alright, well, there's that. And I guess we're going to cure now. Yeah, so I almost got really, really, really badly punished for that turn with Ezran, where I spent, like, I don't even know how many blessings I spent from my party. It was a lot. It was a goodly number of blessings, let me tell you. So, that's done with, at least. And now, Harsk. Does he really want to do this? If it's the okay, if he explores and finds the villain, I mean, it's just a loss. And then a bunch of bad stuff's gonna happen. I guess, well, all that really happens is we lose a blessing. Yeah, what are the odds it's the villain? Not that high. I mean, I could go somewhere else. I could even go to, like, the guard tower, where I'm less likely to find any monster at all. I don't want to go to the garrison, because I'm not making that mistake twice. Yeah, let's go to the guard tower. Because, Mauricio I don't think is going to stay there. And, oh yeah, I scouted this. There's a siren coming up. Whoops, this was supposed to be for Linny to do. Well, I do not want to explore again because that would mean fighting a siren, so we're just going to pause here, waste my scouting like an idiot. There's a potion of glibness, so he can actually go take care of that thing. Amiri does not want to do that, so back to the mountain peak we go, I think. Their masterwork tools and her glaive. Oh, crap. Well, I have to bury a random card. I'm not super jazzed about it. I'm not super jazzed about spending a blessing. Okay, we're spending a blessing. I'm not happy about it. I might still fail this. Luckily, it made the difference. I succeeded. I just didn't want to lose any of those cards. So now we auto-succeed the actual combat check, and that is good because I rolled, like, the worst ever. And that's that. I'm going to move away from the mountain peak so I don't have to bury cards. Well, I guess we're going to scout the deeper dungeons. No, wait. Harsk must have scouted those, right? No, because Amiri came in and killed the monster that Harsk had scouted, so these are not scouted right now. And I'll do some scouting with Sela. Consecration. Alright, it's, you know, it wouldn't have been bad to get some extra turns, I guess, but I'm not super concerned about it. That's the charisma guy, so I don't want to do him. I guess she'll just stay here and take out this whatever is there. Alright. Let's peel a card. Yeah, my lack of resources and my lack of cures is getting a little bit scary here. I'll hang on to the standard bearer to help close that place. And there's a hill giant. Okay, so it's a pretty tough fight for somebody. Brodert! Alright, does Ezrin want to fight that thing? No, because then he'd have to make a constitution check. Does Ezrin want to fight the charisma guy? No. Does Ezrin want to bury cards? No. I guess we're all going to the guard tower. Because it's just the only place anybody feels like going. And I have the strength spell to help me close it. Wait, what the hell is here? Oh, it's a siren. Fuck, I forgot about that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, alright, what I'm going to do is the worst use of the spyglass ever. We're going to spyglass and see what's under the sirens, see if I can at least make some progress this turn. So we'll put the burglar around that side, and then counter the burglar. Oh yeah, it's easier to pick up, which is good. I would have actually failed it otherwise, so I don't want to discard my thieves' tools. And I'm going to discard the burglar, though, because I'm not going to need them. I think everything else is fine to keep, so we'll just pass here. She has to fight a bandit henchman, and she does not. And, okay, so I don't want to fight the siren, right? I do have a crown of charisma, so I would definitely want to go here. Yeah, that's definitely a good use of my time. So we're going to go here, fight the sexy dude, crown of charisma, and then a simple bandit henchman. Don't need Tome of Knowledge in this particular scenario, so let's get rid of that. Do this, discard the Amulet of Mighty Fists, finally, and I need a 7 on those dice, so that should be okay. Okay, we're making some progress here. Any good weapons left over? Longsword, star knife, half plate. No, okay. I'm going to keep the elven shirt because of the stuff in the scenario. And now, Linny is going to the mountain peak, because that place might be the place with the villain, and we need to make some progress on it. Zombie giant, oh, fuck a duck. Well, I could try this. I mean, let's see. Strength and blessing, double stuff, Oreos. This guy is the one who helps yourself. Fuck. I think this is a good use of the Medusa mask. I'm gonna just pop it. Now, do I want to keep exploring? Yeah, sure. As long as I don't find anything that's as bad as that asshole. Should be fine. God, fuck! It's another one that's really bad. Oh, God. Okay, well, I guess I'm fighting this one then, because 2 shitty-ass monsters are right up top. That would have been a good time to have augury, let me tell you. Hug. Okay. So, that guy, I have no choice. I have to activate beast mode. We're going to discard fiery weapon. Reveal my animal. Shoot an arrow. I don't need the potion of glibness anymore. Ezrin's definitely going to play strength. So I need a 7. It's not quite good enough. Who's got a Blessing of Gorum for me? Who's got a Blessing of Gorum? You got a Blessing of Gorum. Atta girl. Alright, now we should be fine. But I pretty much wasted the Medusa mask for nothing. Well, it was like the chance to maybe not have a terrible turn. Alright. So anyway, that's over. We have the guard tower left and the mountain peak left. And I have as many turns as there are cards remaining, so it's not too bad. Okay, we'll recharge the guide. Can I be comfortable enough? Rolling a 3 on those dice? Yes, I think so. I think I can be comfortable enough for that much. What do we have? We have a siren. I don't want this. Oh god, the fucking siren. Oh yeah, the deeper dungeons. That was supposed to be the place he was supposed to close in the first place. Oh, what the hell's here? A hill giant? Oh fuck. No wait, this is good. This is perfect. Okay, this is great because I have the frostbow, and I have this guy for 2d4s. I need an 8 on those 4 dice. It's a little bit dicey. Does anybody have agility? 8 is a little bit too valuable. I think I want to save that. Shalelu. Let's give him an extra d4. Now I feel comfortable. Okay, the d4 didn't make a difference, but it almost made a difference. And that's that. Scout it up. Scimitar. Alright, so I could keep Sela here and just put the scimitar on the bottom. Oh, it's Amiri's turn. Well, I guess we'll just get rid of the scimitar this way then. And I could think about keeping my soldier just because the combat checks are hard, but Amiri can handle it without a soldier's help. Krieg Ogre, alright. Not finding the fancy one, which I'm totally okay with. Let's reveal the Glyve, bury the Scimitar, which I don't want, and reassess what I need here. A 9 on those dice. Yeah, alright, a 9. But I have a reroll, so yeah, we're going to go for it. Those are 3 big dice, and I have a reroll. I think I'm okay with it. So now to close this place, I am going to have to do some burying. Alright, here I think where I'm going to use the Aid. Torag is not specific to this time. Okay, let's bury the Bastard Sword, because I'm not really ever using it. Let's play a Blessing. So what's the situation? Yeah, I can get an 8 with those dice. Gee, every die almost mattered. Alright, well, we got 11 turns left. 10, I guess. And there's still the Mountain Peak and the Guard Tower, where the villain could be hiding. So that's 2 scenarios in a row where the villain was awfully shy and didn't want to make an appearance. So now, it's a weird choice. I can move to the Guard Tower and make her and Sela fight a bandit henchman, or I could go here and make her and Sela bury a card. Both have 7. Wait, doesn't this place have the Siren? It fucking does. It's still the goddamn Siren. Alright, I guess there's no point scouting it then, so let's just go here. And if Sela has to bury a card, then she buries a card. It's not the end of the world. I am willing to bury a card in exchange for information. Zombie Giant. Alright, well, it's not the greatest thing I could have found, because I lose a oh, it's a combat 13. Oh, this stupid bug is really killing me here. Wow. I actually got lucky and made it. Okay. So yeah, I lost a card. Let's see. Do I want to? You know, I'm gonna just discard this sword. I think it's fine. So I need a 6 on these 3 dice. Let's peel another one. I should have mostly blessings and spells in here, right? I just have like an armor, an ally, and blessings and cure. Do I want to explore again? She doesn't have Thieves' Tools. She's not my top choice for finding a barrier, but Broder is just burning a hole in my hand because he's useless. Door Spike. Fuck me sideways. If undefeated... that's not good. Anybody got a Wisdom Blessing? Nope. Nope. Ooh, we got a Blessing of Yabba Dabba Doo, though, so that's good. Yeah, I regret everything. I'm about to recharge my cure to the bottom, I think. Alright, so would I have to get like a 3 on each die to do it? That seems a little bit foolhardy. Why don't we play this and try to get my cure back? Esperanto. This doesn't even give me anything for beating it. Lame. Alright, well, let's scout. Hopefully put something on the bottom. Perfect. That's great. It's a junk boon. Put it on the bottom. Get my cure. Okay, I'm going to use my cure before I forget. Oh, God. Can I not do stuff? No, I guess they're forcing start of turn actions. Fine. And, geez, what's Ezrin going to do? What the hell is Ezrin going to do? I think Ezrin is going to probably... This sucks. I hate having to use my combat spell here. But I guess that's just kind of how things turn out this time. Alright, let's think about this for a second. Maybe instead of actually exploring, I can use Augury to basically have the equivalent of an exploration. I think that might make sense. Maybe, well, if I get a combat spell, I guess that'll change everything. Invisibility, not exactly a combat spell. Okay, so we have a Siren on top here, yes? So I can just Augury it to the bottom. That's one option. Another option is I could go over to the Mountain Peak, where I have a 60% chance of finding the monster or the henchman, so I think that's better. This also leaves the Guard Tower open for Mariziel, who's up next, to be able to come over. No, she doesn't want to come over there because it's the fucking Siren. Oh my god. Actually, it's actually a 75% chance of finding the whatever. So, hopefully, it's not on the very bottom. It was on the very bottom. Balls. Well, that's sad. So now that those Boots of Elendkine are gonna get shuffled back in, but I guess it's better to have them shuffled in than to have the Goblin Dog be in there. Crap. Well, can I get a combat spell? Nope. So I'm gonna use invisibility to evade if I find the villain or the henchman, and that's exactly what happens. Cool. So I guess invisibility is good. Invisibility is actually better than a combat spell here, because if it had been a combat spell, he has 2 combat checks. It would have been a real struggle. So we're gonna evade this guy, and it's kind of annoying because now he's all shuffled in there. But what this does tell us is that the other henchman is in the guard tower, so we can post somebody at the guard tower essentially, and then just have one person pile drive the Mountain Peak, or however you want to do it. So there's a fucking Siren here. She can't handle it. she cannot use her sneak attack here, but if she finds the villain, she can just evade him. Secret stash. Okay, perfect. So we get to recharge. What is this? Examine the top 3 cards. Put the remaining on the bottom of the deck in any order. Oh, that's pretty cool. This should actually be good enough to isolate the villain. Yeah, so basically, I can't pick the armor. So I can take the Boots of Elvenkind. What? No! No! I wanted to... Fuck! I wanted to actually take that. God damn it. Well, alright, it's fine. So we now know exactly what's going on here. So Linny can basically power us through those boons, leaving the villain on top. Let me just make sure I don't bump her into the villain by accident. So we got this. I don't even know why I'm picking this thing up, but I am. And then I'm going to recharge a dog to get the other thing as well. Elven Breastplate, it's actually pretty good armor. I'm gonna recharge my crow. I'm just swimming in allies here. Might as well grab that sucker, and that D6 actually made it. It definitely made the difference. Okay, I don't want it in my hand though, so we're gonna get rid of it, and we're gonna get rid of the boots. I'm not even sure I'm ever really gonna inflict anything either, but I'll keep that just in case. So now Harsk, is there still a siren here? Isn't there? Isn't there a siren there, or am I tripping? Oh, fuck. I don't remember if there's a siren there or not. Well, he can't fight the villain, so... Shit. There isn't... It's not showing up... It's not showing up as being a scouted place, but I'm pretty sure we have a siren there and it didn't do anything to it. Someone needs to go over there and take care of it. Oh, it was Linny! Linny's supposed to do the siren. Grrr. I keep forgetting about that. Well, there's a Blessing of Shellin, so maybe Sela could do it. Sela's got a D8 for wisdom. Yeah, let's have Sela do it. So we're going to do this. Wait, no! I'm such an idiot! We don't need to have anybody do the siren. Fuck, we just need to temp close that place. Oh god, I'm a moron. Okay. So we're going to be temp closing, and we're going to be killing the villain that way. So Harsk, you can gear up for the final battle here. The final countdown. We don't need your Thieves' Tools. We don't need your Star Knife. You can shoot your bows, you don't need your armor, and you can, yeah, so this is perfect. I can shoot my bows, and I can, yeah, good. Okay, Amiri. We're not going to need any more traps, so I don't care if she has to bury a card. She can be my temp closer, I think, and then Sela can take out the villain. I'd really rather have it be the other way around, but this is the last turn of the game. Fuck. Yeah, as much as I would rather have Amiri be the one to do it, I think Sela makes a lot more sense to fight the villain just because of the turn order. So we're going to put Amiri here in the guard tower. And so that means that all Amiri cares about is filling up her hands with blessings. So she can discard everything that isn't a blessing. Oh, I should have passed off a weapon. I should have passed off a good weapon to Sela before leaving. That would have been a smart thing to do. Okay, so now she'll have a handful of blessings, hopefully. Well, one blessing. And, Sela. Alright. Well, let's, do this, I guess. I can bury the standard bearer if this fails. Oh, fuck, it's the stupid bug. Ridiculous. So I have to bury a card. That bug is kind of game-changing, I gotta say. Alright, so we'll bury that. Let's cast Cure, just in case anything goes wrong. I don't want to die. That would be really annoying and awkward. Oh my god, I think every single Cure in this video has been minimum, hasn't it? Alright, I'm not gonna peel a card to help because I know that's just gonna change the check. Alright, what the hell, man? Can I make a 15 and a 21? It's actually a 17 and a 23. Oh god, who's better at it though? Yeah, she's the best one. Alright, let's do it. Like there ain't nothing to it. Except there kind of is something to it. But hey, you know what? I'm glad that it's hard to do these villains. I think that in deck 1 and deck 2 especially, the villains just weren't quite hard enough. This time, you know, it feels like you really have to, you throw everything at the villain, and it's not just for fun to see how high of a number you can get, but you feel like you really just have to, you know, throw it all at the villain, or else you might not make those high numbers. Mariziel, you can... Oh, can't you recharge this? Oh, you can reveal this. Very nice. And Linny has to get rid of... I guess I can pass off a combat check to somebody. Does Ezrin want to do one? Maybe. Anyway, Linny, why don't we discard Inflict? I don't think Linny's the one to be making the combat check. Or is she, with her crazy animal trick? Is she actually better than Ezrin at it? Oh god, I don't know. Well, nobody needs agility because I'm definitely not going to give it to Mariziel because she can't sneak attack, so that's definitely one that we can get rid of. Okay, perfect. So now we have to recharge the Amulet of Life, blah blah blah. Whom do I want making my combat check? I guess Ezreal probably has it better. And I think Seela can make it higher overall, so let's pass to Ezreal. So what he can do is he can go for Frost Ray and Saber-Tooth Tiger. And Harsk can shoot an arrow and fire a bow. And play a blessing, because why not? And then Seela has 2 blessings, so she can definitely play one of them. Amiri has 2 blessings, so she can definitely play one of them. Mariziel has 2 blessings, so she can definitely play one of them. And Linny has 2 blessings, so she can definitely play one of them. All right, well, I think we got this. I think we're okay. I think we're in the all clear. Yep. 71. Okay, guess that should have been my second check, but I think Seela's gonna do just as well. Well, probably not. I think Ezreal's D12 versus her D8 actually probably does mean that in the end he has an average higher roll, just because he is getting an extra +2 for each blessing compared to her. But anyhow, she can play a blessing. He can play Toxic Cloud. That's kind of nifty. Mariziel can play a blessing. She can play a blessing. And Harsk and You Shall Receive can go crazy here. He can shoot an arrow, shoot a bow, and play a blessing. Okay, guess that ends up being alright. I think we were pretty safe there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if you did. And we'll see you next time for more Pathfinder action. If you want to stick around for the bonus round, kind of an interesting end to this scenario. The reward is actually a card feat. It's the first time getting a card feat for anything other than the end of the adventure. It's because at the end of this adventure you get a power feat instead. So what do you want here? It's tricky. I mean, having more weapons is nice for the barbarian for sure. At some point we're going to need to get more items, but I'm still okay with phasing out Thieves' Tools because eventually they're just not going to work against enough of the barriers to make them worth having. And right now a lot of people still have Thieves' Tools in their item slots. So what I'm going to do is actually grab an ally just for the extra explore. For Seela, the more cards you take that aren't weapons, the less and less often she doesn't start with a weapon in her hand. What I'm going to do here is I think I'm actually going to grab a spell. It's a bit risky because it's not a weapon and it's not an ally, but I like having spells. It's nice to be able to hold some more utility stuff, and it'll be nice for her to have something other than a cure. For Ezreal, I'm still just going to take spell. I think that's the most sensible thing. For Mariziel, it's interesting. Same deal with her. The more card feats you take that aren't weapons, the less likely she is to start with the weapon at the beginning of her at the beginning of the scenario. This is compensated somewhat, though, by having a bigger hand size, which she eventually will. I don't want her to do a spell. I don't want armor. So I could take another blessing for more exploration, another item, just so that the party has more items somewhere, I guess. Or just take another weapon and let that be what happens. I think with everyone else taking allies and blessings so aggressively, she can go ahead and grab a weapon. That's fine. Linny, always a tough call between spells, items, and allies. It's just so hard because she's only got 2 item slots. If one of them is the Medusa and then the other one is like damage blocking amulet, she can't ever keep Thieves' Tools or anything interesting. But I think here we'll just go ahead and grab another spell. I just want to stop running out of space for utility spells, even if it means having some junky spells around, then so be it. That means I've always got space for a new good spell that I find. And then for Harsk, that's tough. I don't really want to give him another weapon because weapon's his favorite card type. I could do another ally for extra explorers, but you never really want to explore with him. I'm going to have him be the team's item monkey, just so that we have item slots for all the good stuff. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to do our decks. Obviously I don't want this dagger or the scimitar. We need an ally. Alright, we'll get that later. Black Arrow Ranger. Okay, this is going to Harsk for sure. He needs the help with his combat checks more than anybody, and a d6 + 1 is nothing to sneeze at. This thing is good for Valeros, but bad for the team. Oh, Harsk only has 1 ally slot. Whoops. Okay, so someone else is taking Vale, Temros. I think it's going to be Ezreal, actually. Because Ezreal is the other person who could use some help with combat stuff. Rusty Chainmail. And he needs a spell. Alright, we got some weapons here. So Longsword +2, and oh yeah, the Icy Longspear. So I could keep it for him. Let me just see what Seela and Amiri have for weapons. Maybe Amiri wants this Icy Longspear. It is better than a Glaive by a little bit. It's a d8 plus 1 versus a d10. It's definitely better. And honestly, I'm not that thrilled about this Warhammer plus 1. It's a pretty basic weapon. None of these have... these all require weapon proficiency. Except for the Impaler of Thorns. This is a bit of a controversy in the game. A little bit of fun fact. In the digital version, this does not require proficiency, but in the physical game it does. And this is not a Paizo-approved change. This is, to my knowledge, the first time that Obsidian did something that Paizo did not back. Because Obsidian said it's a mistake for this to require proficiency, and the lead designer of the original game said he wants it to have proficiency. Like, they're both on record as saying completely contradictory things. So I'm going to play it by the physical version. I'm going to treat this as though it has proficiency. Although, if you're playing the digital version, you can go ahead and give this to Ezran. It's pretty much the best weapon Ezran can ever get. But anyway, how often does Ezran really use his weapon? It's really just not that often. So I'm going to get rid of the Warhammer plus 1, put a spear in here. The Warhammer plus 1 is better than a longsword plus 1, so we'll do that. Flaming Mace, there's a metagame reason to keep it. Fire traits will be important later on. But what I'm actually going to do, though, this is brilliant. I'm going to give the Flaming Mace to Ezran, because it doesn't require proficiency, and then I'm going to have Scylla take the Longsword plus 2. Ha! Genius! Okay. Half plate. I'm going to give her the magic full plate before I forget. Yep, there we go. Okay. Ezra needs a spell. She needs a spell. Miri needs an ally. There's some allies. There's definitely some allies around here. Oh, God. If I take Broder to Quink just to be goofy, no, we'll take the Troubadour, who actually doesn't suck. Mariziel needs a weapon. Uh-oh. She's going to be forced... Oh, thank God. Good thing we found that dagger. Otherwise, she was going to be forced to take a melee weapon here. Linny needs a spell. She has an Elven Breastplate. Ooh. Okay, so Scylla can take that. Note, I don't want to give Amiri magic heavy armor, because if I do, it's going to get banished when she uses it. She's got good armor as well, though, so we're actually getting to the point where we're starting to get rid of some of our magic armor, which is nice. Anything else happening with Linny? Oh, yeah, she has too many items. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we're actually missing a lot of stuff. We're going to have to pull some things from the box. It's bugged, though. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. Let's take a quick look here to make sure we're not forgetting anything. I'm pretty sure at the end of the last scenario I forgot to do this. Hope I didn't forget a spyglass or anything. Okay, let's see. So, moment of truth. Do I see any non-basic spells here? Nope! All basic. So this is actually terrible. I mean, this is a really... Shame on you, Obsidian. This is a really bad bug. Because, like, Linny right here needs a spell. She could have taken Holy Light if it weren't for this bug. So that's, I think, pretty shitty. That such, I mean, this is like so basic functionality. How do you? Sorry, I'm gonna bitch about the game a little bit. Sorry. How do you like release the game with this level of a bug? I mean, it's like literally like the most basic thing. It's like when you finish a scenario, you have to pull in a card that's deck 1 or deck C or deck B, and it's not limited to basics. I mean, like you literally just do it one time and you see it's a bug. So I'm kind of disappointed that they let that slip through. So for her, I'm going to just take a second cure because we could use it sometimes. For Ezran, I'm going to grab Eloquence, I think, because he already has a Strength. So in case we have to make Charisma checks, it'd be nice to have that. And then for Scylla, I could take a second cure, which is honestly not a bad idea. Yeah, compared to the other basic cards, I'm going to take in something different. But if it's just a basic card, I'm just going to take a second cure so she can cure herself more frequently. Alright folks, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.